Open up your MTT. This is going to be your quiz review over slope-intercept form, point-slope form, standard form. First thing that we're going to do is practice finding slope. So we've been given our ordered pairs. This is going to be our x1, y1. This is our x2, y2. We're going to use our formula. M is equal to 2 minus 8 over 2 minus negative 1. We're going to add a line, change the sign, add a line, change the sign. So we're going to have m is equal to negative 6 over 3. M is equal to negative 2. We're going to take our slope, plug that in, and now we're going to find our b. We're going to pick the ordered pair that has the smallest numbers and the fewest negatives. So this is going to be my x, and this is going to be my y. I'm going to do y equals mx plus b. I'm going to plug in my y, which is going to be 2. I'm going to plug in my slope, which is negative 2. I'm going to plug in my x, which is going to be 2, plus b. 2 is equal to negative 4 plus b. b plus negative 4 equals 2. We're going to zero pair, and b is equal to 6. We write that in, so my answer is going to be y is equal to negative 2x plus 6. So this is my equation. I'm going to take my equation, y is equal to negative 2x plus 6, and we're going to find the slope. We're going to find the y-intercept. Remember with the y-intercept, x is 0. Now you can use the shortcut and just simply do 0, 6. If you don't remember the shortcut, you're going to put 0 in for x. So it's going to be y is equal to negative 2 times 0 plus 6. Y is equal to 6. When we go to graph it, remember that this is the point where the slope is going to cross the y-axis. Now we're going to use the same exact formula. Y is equal to negative 2x plus 6, and we're going to find our x-intercept. So with the x-intercept, our y now is 0. So we're going to plug in the 0 for y. 0 equals negative 2x plus 6, and now we're going to solve for x. So we're going to do symmetrical. Negative 2x plus 6 is equal to 0. 0 pair out the 6. Negative 2x is equal to negative 6. Divide by negative 2, divide by negative 2, x is equal to 3. So our x-intercept is 3, 0. Again, that is where the graph crosses the x-axis. Now we're going to take our two ordered pairs and we're going to put them into point-slope form. So this is going to be my x, and this is going to be my y, and my m is going to be negative 2. So I'm going to do y minus 8 is equal to negative 2 times x minus negative 1. I'm going to need to simplify inside the parentheses. So my answer is going to be y minus 8 is equal to negative 2 times x plus 1. That would be the point-slope form if I were using negative 1 and 8 as the ordered pair. If I choose to use 2, 2, then the point-slope form is going to be y minus 2, and of course I got that 2 from my y. Let's make that a y. Equals, and now my slope is negative 2, so negative 2 times x minus, and then I'm using my x, which is going to be 2. So I don't have to simplify anything, so my answer for this one will be y minus 2 is equal to negative 2, x minus 2. You'll notice that they both match, so that is my answer. Now we're going to take that equation and put it into standard form. We're going to go ahead and zero pair out the 2x. So it's going to be 2x plus y is equal to 6. And we're going to check to see if that is in standard form. The x is positive. The x is an integer. The x is first. The y is second. The y is an integer. I have an equal sign, and the constant is an integer. So I have done standard form correctly, and there is no GCF. Now to graph, of course, we're going to find our starting point, which is 0, 6, and I've put that on our graph. I have it in pink because it's also the y-intercept. And now we're going to use our slope, -2/1. So if I start here and I go down 2, to the right 1 puts me at this point again. Down 2 to the right 1 puts me at this point. Down 2 to the right 1 puts me at the x-intercept, so I put that in purple. In pink. Then I'm going to go back to my starting point, and I'm going to go up 2 to the left 1 and up 2 to the left 1. So you can see my graph, and you can also see the x and y intercepts. Now we're going to start again. We're going to find our slope. So this is going to be my x1, y1. This is going to be my x2, y2. So m is going to be 8 minus 5, 2 minus 1. So my slope is going to be 3/1. So my slope is going to be 3. I'm going to plug that in, and now I need to find my b. So I'm going to go ahead and choose to use my 1, 5, because those are my smallest numbers. That's going to be my x, that's going to be my y. Y equals mx plus b. 5 equals, my slope is 3 times 1 plus b. So 5 is equal to 3 plus b. b plus 3 is equal to 5. Subtract 3, subtract 3. b is equal to 2. So my answer for my equation of the line in slope-intercept form is going to be y is equal to 3x plus 2. So I'm going to take that equation and find my y-intercept. Of course, I can use the shortcut, which is 0, 2. And you've noticed that I've graphed it on my graph so that you can see where it is. You can also put in a 0 for the x, so it would be y is equal to 3 times 0 plus 2. So y is equal to 2. Let me straighten up that 3 a little bit so it's a little bit easier to read. So it's y is equal to 3 times 0. If I want to find my x-intercept, then I'm going to put in the 0 for the y. So I'm going to put 0 is equal to 3x plus 2. 3x plus 2 is equal to 0. Subtract the 2, subtract the 2. 3x is equal to -2. Divide by 3, divide by 3. In this case, let's fix that 3. In this case, our x-intercept is a fraction, and that's okay. So we're going to go ahead and graph. Our x-intercept is going to be -2, 3, 0. Over here, our y-intercept was 0, 2. And again, you can see the graphs. All right, so now we're going to take those two ordered pairs, and we're going to put them both into point-slope form. So this is my x, this is my y, and so I'm going to have y minus 5 is equal to, remember our slope is 3, so it's going to be 3 times x minus 1. So we're going to have y minus 5 equals 3 times x minus 1. We don't have to simplify it. We're done. The next one, we're going to have x and y. So we're going to have y minus 8 is equal to 3 times x minus 2. Again, we don't have to do any kind of simplifying, so we've got point-slope form done. Now we're going to take this and put it into standard form. We're going to do symmetrical. 3x plus 2 equals y, because that gives me a positive x term and puts it first. Then we're going to go ahead and 0 pair out the 2. So we're going to have 3x is equal to y minus 2. We're going to 0 pair out the y, and we're going to have 3x minus y is equal to -2. That is our standard form. When we go to graph it, of course, I've graphed the y-intercept in pink and the x-intercept in pink so that you can see it. This would be our starting point, 0, 2. Our slope is 3/1. So if we start there and we go up 3 to the right 1, that puts us at this point. Up 3 to the right 1, that puts us at this point. Go back to the starting point, down 3 to the left 1 puts us at this point, and down 3 to the left 1 puts us at this point. Again, I want you to see that the x and the y intercepts are simply other points on your graph that you can use to graph. So now what we're going to do is parallel lines. So for parallel lines, the slopes have to match. So I'm going to look at the equation that they've given me, and the slope is 2, so that means my slope is 2. And now I'm going to use my ordered pair, 2, -1, in order to find my b. So y equals mx plus b, and we're going to plug in what we know. So the y is -1, the slope is 2 because it has to be the same as the equation given, and then my x is 2. So I have -1 is equal to 4 plus b. b plus 4 is equal to -1. 0 pair out the 4, so my b is equal to -5. Put that in. So my equation is going to be y is equal to 2x minus 5. As a double check, I'm going to write the first equation that they gave me, and I'm going to see that my slopes match, which makes the lines parallel. Now we're going to do perpendicular. So perpendicular says that the slopes have to be flippy-flippy. So that means we're going to flip the fraction over, and we're going to flip the sign. So that means our slope is going to be positive, and it's going to be a positive 1/2. Now I need to find my b. So I'm going to go ahead and use 4 -5 to find my b. That's my x. There's my y. Y is equal to mx plus b. Y is -5. My slope is 1/2, and my x is 4 plus b. -5 equals, and now half of 4 is 2, plus b. b plus 2 is equal to -5. I'm going to 0 pair out my -2's, so b is going to be -7. So now when I write my answer, I have y is equal to 1/2 x minus 7. And the original equation that I had is y equals -2x minus 7. Now some of you may notice that our y-intercepts are the same. That happens sometimes, but is not true all the time. What we are looking for, though, is our slopes. And we need to look at our slopes. Are they flippy-flippy? Well, if I put that over 1, I'll notice that if I flip 1/2 over, I get 2 over 1. And if I flip the positive sign to a negative, I do get a negative. So I'm done.